Yo, what's up, Broncos country? How's it going today, guys? I want to make this quick video and talk about the injury report that came out today because a lot of people are kind of, freaking out a little bit about it. So I just wanted to kind of touch on it and, go through it and tell you guys what I think is going to happen and why you should not worry about what we saw in the injury report. But first, I want to say happy Thanksgiving to all. I hope you guys are having a great day, spending time with your family, your friends, eating a lot of that great freaking food, turkey, ham, whatever you guys like. But I hope you guys are all having a great, great Thanksgiving. Um, Me and Mohammed will be going live on Saturday night to give our predictions for the Browns game. And then Monday night we'll be doing our gut reaction video to the Brown Broncos game. So please come over, like, comment, subscribe on this, video now, and hit the bell notification so you know when we go live. And come over and watch us Saturday and Monday for our reactions and our predictions. So thank you for that. But this video is going off the injury report that just came out about 30 minutes ago from, the Broncos. And I want to touch on every single player on the injury report. I normally don't do this, but there's a big name that popped up on the injury report, and people are actually two big names that really popped up on the injury report that people are kind of like worried about. But I'm going to go through the entire thing and, we'll discuss it. So here we go. The first one, D lineman Zach Allen, his ankle, he was out last week against the Raiders because he hurt his ankle the previous week. He was a full participant, so we will see him on Monday night, which is good because honestly, this team struggled without Zach Allen more than I care to actually, say at this point. Like the defense really did struggle without Zach Allen at getting at the quarterback. I mean, they still got pressure, but last week showed me how much Zach Allen really means to this defensive line, and we need him in there to get the edge guys more pressure and to help stop the run. Um, Brandon Jones, he played last week. He's still listed on the injury report, even though he played last week, but he was a full participant today also with his abdomen. As we know before last week, Brandon Jones popped up on the injury report like every day practically, with his abdomen, but he did play last week and it didn't seem to bother him too much. So that's good. So we know Brandon Jones is going to be going most likely. PJ Locke, safety, his thumb, he was full. He played last week. So again, we seen, about his thumb or hand or whatever, it was hurt before last week's game, but he still played. He played the whole game. So I'm not too worried about that. He was full today, so he should be playing this week. Josh Reynolds, this is the one of the not one of the big ones, but this is a big one. Wide receiver, his hand, because we know I think he broke his finger or something like weeks ago. He was a full participant today, which is good. Hopefully this week we actually see Josh Reynolds out there, even though I know ever since Josh Reynolds got hurt, Cortland Sutton's been shining, Marvin Mims, even Troy Franklin's starting to shine a bit, Devon Vele. So, but it'd be good to have that receiver back out there, Josh Reynolds. So we'll see how that goes. John Franklin Myers popped up on the injury report with a shoulder. He was limited today. Didn't hear really much about it. I know he played last week. Usually, typically, if a player is limited, like 2 days and then they're full on the third day, or if they're limited every single day of practice during the week, usually that player is going to go on, game day. Like usually it's a game time decision, but usually they typically go. If they're limited like every single day during the week for practice, they usually go. So, but John Franklin Myers popped up with a shoulder injury. I'm sure he'll be fine and good to go. The first big one I really want to get into is a cornerback Riley Moss. Now we saw last week that injury he had hyperextended his uh knee. I think it was an MCL sprain. So he's probably not going to play this week. If I had to guess, he did not practice today. Riley Moss did not practice today. So I wouldn't be surprised if they held him out, which I'm fine with. Like, I mean, it's the Browns, I'm sure Levi Wallace, like, I mean, their best receiver is Jerry Judy, and Sertan's going to be on him. He's still got McMillan, you know, um, you still got Levi Wallace. So I think we'll be fine in the secondary. I mean, there's not really a whole lot of people on the Browns I'm scared of. Plus, they're probably going to really try to run the ball anyway. Sean Payton knows Jameis Winston, so I think he's gonna, give all the pointers he can to Vance Joseph to keep Jameis Winston from throwing the ball down the field. So they're probably gonna run a lot more. So if we have to play without cornerback Riley Moss, that should be okay. Now the big one, the one that really started getting people freaking out, whenever he popped up on the injury report was Bo Nix. Bo Nix was limited today with a back injury. Now, a lot of people are freaking out about this, like, oh my God, what happened to Bo Nix? Well, I can tell you exactly what happened to Bo Nix because it happened during the game last week. What happened is the last touchdown pass he threw to Cortland Sutton in the back of the end zone, he kind of torqued his body, he threw it across body, and he hit Sutton, of course, for the touchdown. We remember seeing that. But right after that, Bo Nix walked off the side. You see him on the sideline. He's kind of grimacing, like kind of hurt. He got wrapped up. I think they put a heating pad on his back or something. He kind of got wrapped up down here around his lower back. But the thing is they did that, and Bo Nix still came back in and he finished the game. Um, and he didn't have to. That was the thing. Like at that point, I think the Broncos were up 31 to like 10 or 31 to 18 or 38 to 18. Like they were up. Like, and it was like 5 minutes left to go. There was no way the Raiders were coming back, especially with our defense playing the way they were. The Raiders could barely move the ball. So, like, if it was that serious, I think even if the game still could have been within reach for the Raiders, I think if Bo Nix was really that hurt, Sean Payton wouldn't have risked it. He would have took him out. The fact that after he hurt that himself, Bo Nix still came in for another drive and played, even with the back injury. So I'm not too worried about it. I'm sure he'll probably be these next couple of days, probably today and tomorrow. Bo Nix will probably be limited in practice, and they'll probably just being extra cautious with him. Not really going to push him today. And from my understanding, I think today it was a walkthrough anyway. So, but I think they're just going to limit it. They're going to, just keep an eye on, make sure he's not getting worse. But like I said, I wouldn't be surprised even if he's limited on Saturday, the last day of their, practice before, game day. I mean, game day is Monday, but I'm pretty sure the last day of practice will be Saturday because, they practiced yesterday. I think they had a walkthrough today on Thanksgiving. They got practice tomorrow and then probably a practice on Saturday. Um, but I think Bo Nix he'll practice even if he's limited every single day. I think he will be a go come Monday. I'm not too concerned with it. The fact that he hurt his back and he was wrapped up. We saw him grimacing in pain after that, but he got wrapped up and then he still went back out there and finished the game. He didn't have to do that. The Broncos lead was big enough and the defense is playing well enough that the Raiders weren't going to come back after Bo Nix threw that second touchdown to Cortland Sutton. And they very easily could have sat Bo Nix and just put in Jarrett Stidham. Like, I mean, and Sean Payton wouldn't hesitate. I mean, against the Falcons, they were up like what was it, 38 to freaking 6 or whatever, and the second stringers came into play. Like, yeah, this game was a little closer, like by like they were still up by 2 scores. Yeah, it was closer, but at the same time, if your franchise quarterback's really, really that hurt, Sean Payton would have pulled him and put Jarrett Stidham in just to finish out the game. They still would have won that game, even with Jarrett Stidham going in with 5 minutes left to go in the game. They were up by 2 scores. So the fact that Bo Nix finished out the game last week, I'm not too concerned. You guys shouldn't be either. He'll play Monday, like unless something drastic happens, like he tweaks his back even worse, which is why I think today he was limited in practice. They're probably going to keep him limited today, tomorrow, and maybe it's possible they limit him on Saturday too, the last day of practice. So my thing is on Saturday, that's gonna be the telling point. Like if he doesn't practice on Saturday, then he's probably not gonna play Monday. But if he's limited or he does have a full practice Saturday, he will play Monday. So don't sweat at Broncos country. I'm sure Nix will be fine. Like I said, he hurt his back and he still came in and finished the game, even when he didn't have to. Like if it was that bad, Sean Payton would have sat him down because I guarantee he wouldn't risk further injury to his quarterback. Or if he was actually really hurting, he wouldn't have risked, putting Bo Nix back out there to get injured further if Bo Nix was really that hurt. So I think they're just taking their time, being cautious with him. And I think I'm about 98% sure Bo Nix plays on Sunday, unless something drastic happens between now and game day. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, comment, subscribe. Um, Also, like I said, hit that bell notification so whenever me and Muhammad or myself do go live, you guys will be aware of that. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will talk to you guys Saturday night. Peace.